So it's been a little bit of time since we've done any experiments on the channel, and I wanted to get into another one that we've done a little bit of last year, and I wanted to kind of compare last year to this year. I believe when we did this last year, oh, Calvin Ridley's already here, that's interesting, we had 10 99s that it took to get this team a Super Bowl win. Will that be the same again? Probably, to be honest. It's probably going to be kind of similar. It might take even more, to be honest. At best, maybe slightly less, because we'll probably end up having Ridley thrown into the mix. But this is a team that I was actually kind of thinking about for next year as being a team that we do for a franchise series. But I completely forgot about the Calvin Ridley trade, which, you know, I don't know what his rating's going to be in the game, but it's got to be pretty decent. I know he's not the youngest anymore, at least going forward. But he's going to be pretty solid, and I don't know if I really want that good of a start on offense. That's really the bad part, is teams are starting to get really good on offense, and I know it's really early to be talking about franchise teams, but just in the back of my mind, I think about these things, but yeah, it's way too late. It could, for all we know, be the Packers. I don't know. Maybe they really just clean house. I don't know, but of course, gonna start this one out by seeing what the team's gonna be like without any 99s, and then obviously, as you can tell, we're going to see how many it takes for this team to win the Super Bowl, assuming it's not like literally all 53 and it doesn't happen, which, man, EA, we would have some talking to do. The playoffs, not even in them, so don't worry about it. Maybe you're a freaky kind of person. This is an interesting Super Bowl matchup, by the way. I was about to say, maybe you care about Super Bowls, but some very interesting, not great records in the Super Bowl. Wouldn't be the worst to see, but as a Packers fan, I'd still be kind of rooting against. It's like I want the NFC North to be taken seriously, but I still don't want the rivals to do well. All right, obviously, as you know, the most important position on the field, the quarterback position. Trevor Lawrence is now a 99 overall quarterback with 99 everything. I was going to just do 99 for the realistic stats, because it's pretty much impossible to have 99 speed, excel, agility, truck, and all that. But I realized, and I thought, it's probably going to be pretty tough to remember these types of things. And, when we do other teams, it's going to be a little unfair if, Josh Allen is, more trucky or someone's more jukey than the other guys. It is what it is. 99, everything when you're at 99. And apparently it doesn't matter. We are also keeping the original Jaguars playbooks and all that, because I think for each team, assuming we do a bunch of videos, it's a little more personalized when they actually have their scheme and whatnot. Washington beats Kansas City for a Super Bowl, though. And speaking of whatever I said, I think we personally know each other pretty well right now. I mean, why not like and subscribe, Maybe. I don't know. Up to you. But the second most important position, in my opinion, for a football team is probably wide receiver one. I think you get a guy that can just get open, like clearly Calvin Ridley would here, at an instant guaranteed rate, 99% of the time, which I know is kind of like, well, you said guaranteed, but you know what I mean. A guy like Devontae, a guy like Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, those guys, they're invaluable, and I think that's the second most position, or most important position on a football team, and we're going to see if that's enough to maybe break into the playoffs, maybe win the ring, the Super Bowl. We are now 11-6. I'm kind of curious. A weak link. This is kind of rude. Or are they like me and the other side? It's like, oh, the defense sucks. Okay. Derrick Henry with 2,000 yards. Same with Cooper Kupp. Curious just to see Trevor Lawrence and Ridley, both really good. MVP chance, maybe, for Trevor Lawrence. And, close, but no win. Could it be? 299s is good enough to win a Super Bowl. It could be. It's still moving. Jaguars versus the Chargers. They win again. The Jets. Could it really be only two? It very well could be. The Super Bowl against the Buccaneers. Is it going to be? Will it be? It will not. Of course, if you're a little cheater like I am with certain videos, you probably would have known by the length of the video that we were not going to win it. But wow, that was close with just two. Okay, Tom Brady kind of doing his thing, sadly. This would maybe be the most depressing moment of all time, honestly. The Jaguars sneaking into the Super Bowl unexpectedly to only lose to Tom Brady, who has literally more kids than happy years of merit. By the way, did I say more kids than happy, or did I meant rings? I was thinking, I was like, more kids, and I was like, Phillip Rivers, Antonio Cromartie, the wrong guy. Position 3, in my opinion, oh, I forgot to change their devs. Well, do that, don't worry about it. Position 3, in my opinion, is pass rusher. Trayvon Walker is a 99, literally everything, even coverage, and boosh. And a worse record, but still in the playoffs. Trevor Lawrence's numbers, kind of worse. Ridley's numbers, definitely better. 2,005 yards with 26 touchdowns. And Trayvon Walker with 35 sacks, which I only imagine boosted Josh Allen's numbers as well, which is pretty crazy, actually. Let's take a look at MVP. Jalen Hurts, then Trevor Lawrence, Trayvon at 7, and no Calvin Ridley. Can they make it back to the Super Bowl? Looking good so far. Chargers now. And that one was a loss. And the fourth most important position I have listed as left tackle. Cam Robinson is going to be that man. And it is the best the team has done, 12-5. Seen Calvin Ridley on the list, but not above Cooper. Of course, Trevor Lawrence really solid. Calvin Ridley pretty good again, but not as good. And don't tell me. 99 everything is 5 sacks allowed, dude. What are you supposed to do? It's literally impossible, and the only award I'm looking for is MVP, which we see with Trevor Lawrence. 4 99s. The one we did last Madden was 10 99s. Almost had it at 2. And still alive for 4. Buffalo, please. Still alive for 4. The Chiefs this time. And it is the Super Bowl. Could it be 4 99s for the win? 14-3 Dallas Cowboys. Let's see it. It isn't, dude. You've got to be actually kidding me. Back to back. Well, maybe not back to back, but you know what I mean. 2 runs of it where it's all freaking close and they lose the final game, the Super Bowl. And of course, Trevor Lawrence was actually really bad as a 99 overall. I mean, do you need more offensive firepower? It seems. I'm not going to, make my decision based on the fact that we couldn't win it because we didn't do well on offense. Still going to keep it up to the most important positions, I think. My 5th most important player, that is a 99, is the cornerback position, being Tyson Campbell, 22 years old, superstar, X Factor. Oh, I didn't change the block shed. Exposed. So a couple of close calls with the second one. Ooh, 15-2. Only 2 99s being a Super Bowl loss as well. Now up to 5 99s. Trevor Lawrence playing one of the best seasons he's had so far in this experiment. Calvin Ridley, definitely not his best. Maybe the worst since he was first a 99 in general. Cam Robinson, the 3-sack man. Trayvon Walker with 37.5 sacks. And Campbell, 2 interceptions. Once again, I've talked about this in the past with offensive linemen, but does it matter if they're a 99 overall in general for your chances of sim wins, or do things like, interceptions matter the most? I don't know. Same with blocking for offensive linemen, sacks allowed, or is it just that they're high overall gives you a better chance to win? I don't know, but the Bengals 37-35 victory, and then a loss to the Ravens, so it will not be 5, it will be more. I think next one's going to be running back, but I think a run stopper, a run stuffer, a DT, a beast is the most important position next out of all the ones. And, I live with it. Oh, man, the impact blocking, once again, exposed. Playoffs, got the bye weeks again, but a worse season overall for sure. Calvin Ridley's numbers even worse than normal. 50 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Calvin Ridley, like we said, way worse than normal. Robinson only allowing 1 sack. Better. Hamilton with 48 sacks. 36.5 for Trayvon Walker, and then Campbell with 4 interceptions. Was Hamilton the MVP of the league? He was. The DT is the MVP. That's what we like to see. He. Don't mind me. Gotta pay. Okay, I'm done. Been seeing the Bengals a lot in these early situations, early sims, and we normally win. And that is the case again here. Same with the Chargers. I think we've actually seen that literal, order. And of course, because of the bye week, already in the Super Bowl, going up against the Vikings. We have won 3 playoff games multiple times. Could this be another case? This time it's a Super Bowl. It's still 3 wins. And it is 6 99s in Madden 23 for the Jacksonville Jaguars to win the Super Bowl. Of course, very close to doing it in 2, which, I mean, that would have been a series, huh? That would have been great, obviously. But looking at what we were able to do, kind of stop Kirk Cousins from throwing well. And obviously a big factor of our winning was that defense. Was Hamilton a big part of it? 1.5. No tackles for a loss, though. Just kind of like a really tame game where, those 99s really didn't even go crazy. I guess, Campbell had a sack or an interception, but really nothing crazy. Nothing from Trayvon, 1.5 from Hamilton. It seemed like Lawrence wasn't that great. As far as receiving goes, Calvin Ridley wasn't that great. But the 99s may be proving in this case that 99s do play a big factor, because obviously those specific 99s that we added really didn't have great games on their own, like we said. And honestly, I mean, looking at ETN's rush yards per carry, really surprised that we actually did win this thing. What about blocking? It'd be funny if, I was about to say, our left tackle gave up a sack, but 6 99s for the Jaguars to win a Super Bowl in Madden 23. Last Madden, it was 10 of them. So a 499 improvement, maybe even better technically. One sim situation goes a little different in that 299 scenario, and maybe they win it. I don't know, but if you guys enjoyed this one, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel, PK Plays. If you have any ideas, kind of experiment type of things like these that you'd like to see, let me know in the comment section below. If we do a series of this, let me know who you'd like to see next. We did the Lions already. The Jaguars were obviously this one. Texans are obviously one of the worst teams in the league, and would be interesting to see one of those as well. But thinking tomorrow, well, a little later today, we're going to have a Vikings episode, a Vikings franchise. I love that series, so maybe check it out if you haven't already given it a chance. And then tomorrow will be Seahawks. And then speaking of the Texans, I think we'll have a Texans rebuild on Thursday. But yeah, that was a very interesting one. Let me know what you guys think about my order of, it's kind of a fun dialogue to talk about, but order of importance. I think quarterback, wide receiver, what do we do? Edge rusher, left tackle, corner, DT. I think that's pretty fair, pretty spot on. I know a middle linebacker could be pretty nice too, and maybe a running back, but I think that's we didn't get to all the positions, all 99s, but I think those 6 were pretty correct, right? I think so. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys come back in the next video, which should be, a little bit later today. But until next video, see ya!